In this video, I am breaking down the photographs on the Vanity Fair website for the issues that come out tomorrow. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. We're talking Star Wars. I'm sitting down with James from the Rebel Scum podcast. James, what is up, man?
Hey, not much is going on in the world of Star Wars today.
Yeah, pretty much nothing happened except a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
And there's this awesome set of photographs that's on the Vanity Fair website right now. And this is kind of an interesting thing because apparently this is an article that predates the actual magazine article that will come out tomorrow. And what's weird about this is I'm actually going to go buy several magazines tomorrow, which is the first time I'm buying magazines in a long time. James, are you going out and getting copies of these things?
I'm hoping I can get my hands on all 4 covers of this.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the last magazine I got, my wife got me for our anniversary, and it was a Rogue One magazine. I can't remember what magazine it was, but it was a Rogue One special issue one, similar to this, but the pictures were not as nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, they got what's the name of this photographer? They got a legendary photographer to do this. Let's see here. Annie Leibovitz, yes. Incredible. This stuff is just awesome. But you guys know me and James, we love Star Wars stuff, so we love collaborating on our channel. So this is what we're going to do, guys. This is going up on the Den of Nerds channel today. It's our first look at the photographs on the site. And then tomorrow, when we get our hands on the actual magazines, we're going to do an in-depth breakdown on the Rebel Scum podcast YouTube channel. So go subscribe to James' channel, subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, so that you can get your 1-2 punch of Star Wars goodness. James, are you ready to go through these photographs?
I am ready.
All right, awesome. So we're at the top photograph right now. This is, of course, Rey and Luke. And does anything pop off to you right away, sir?
For me, the first thing, actually, I want to talk about his glove in a second, but it's the hut behind them. And that is the hut where we heard the rumor about a month or 2 ago where they have a conversation and Luke says, "Who are you?" That's got to be the hut that he says it in, and that must be where Luke has been living in exile all this time.
Yeah, no, definitely interesting. I mean, that's visually very cool. I mean, this is obviously the place that he has been at. So yeah, definitely cool to point that out. There's also that, whatever that is, radio tower thing in the background. That he apparently has a staff. Did you hear about this, where Luke has a staff that's got an electric prong-like thing on it?
Yeah, he has a staff and a compass as well, yeah.
Yes. There's a ton of like cool little goodies that he has on Ahch-To, so this is very interesting. I love the robe though. Like this, to me, this is perfect. I want this figurine now of Luke Skywalker. Like this is just so cool.
I want this whole set right here as a little model, like right here on my desk. That's what I want.
Yep, this is awesome. Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
But he's wearing that glove, and we've seen that glove in the trailer on the Journal of the Whills.
Yep.
We are guessing is Journal of the Whills, but that is pretty clear. I mean, his hand is out for a reason. They're showing us the glove.
Yep. Which is interesting because when he turns around in Force Awakens, no glove.
No glove. He's going raw.
Yeah, so whatever he was doing up on the mountain, maybe she shouldn't have interrupted him. But anyways, we will scroll on down here. Just going to go through the photos. We're not really going to go through the article, but now we will go to this photograph, which is Rey in motion.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite picture.
Talk about it a little bit. Why do you love this picture so much?
First of all, where is she? She's like across the river from Ahch-To here.
Right.
It's like she's right there. She's definitely in her training mode, but she looks very confident with that lightsaber, like extremely confident with it in her hand. And she's doing some kind of like martial arts, it looks like. So and just the wardrobe she's wearing, it looks like it's a slick back version of what we saw her in the end of the Force Awakens. And then the 3-bun haircut returns. Yep. Maybe she's a solo.
Yep, maybe. I mean, you can see her stuff in the background, the staff, which is never far away from her, and her vest are on the ground behind her.
Which, again, do you think she's going to have a double-bladed lightsaber going forward?
I think they need to do that. But I think that could be something they save for 9, potentially. But yeah, look, I still think that staff is not just a staff, that there could be lightsaber parts in it or something to that effect. But I just think that it's so cool that she has that right next to her still. You know what I mean? Despite everything, she still has that little bit of comfort, a little bit of home. Things that pop off to me, God, I'm in love with Daisy Ridley. I mean, she's just a phenomenal looking person. You know what I mean? Like, weird to say, but I mean, she's gorgeous. She's strong. She's definitely, I mean, her eyes are closed, right? So that she's feeling the force right now, and she's swinging this thing around. I mean, this is just such a beautiful photograph here, and yeah, it looks as though she is really training, digging in on her training. I mean, look, if you look down below at her stance, I mean, she's got that one foot kind of cocked a little bit, you know, stepping out there. This is like a swing. I think she's backhand swinging here. You know what I mean? It's definitely cool.
She looks like she's bulked up.
Yeah, she does. She looks like she's strong. I mean, when I saw her, that was one of the things when she came out on the stage for Celebration. I was like, she is in shape, dude. Like, she is working. And you know, you can see her Instagram videos of her training, and it's phenomenal. She's definitely a tough lady, as she should be. But you're right. It's weird that she's like across from Ahch-To. Like, what is that about? You know, like this is maybe Luke won't even let her stay on the island. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there are rumors that she fights like some kind of demon or fish or squid from Goonies or something in the water. So maybe this is after that, or right before. Or,
yeah,
I don't know this picture. I wish I was a photographer and I could have this on my wall and take credit for it.
Yeah, there's a photograph that we'll get to in a little bit that is literally going to be the new background on my phone. And we'll get there. We'll get there in a second. I'm going to skip over the video. Now let's go to this that you have a huge problem with, and you're tweeting at Pablo Hidalgo all day about this photograph. This is inside the cockpit of the Falcon.
It is the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon cannon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You tell me, Pablo. But what pops off to you in this photograph?
Chewie. There's something with Chewie that, like, is he a buffer Chewie? I don't know. There's something off with Chewie. He was off in The Force Awakens, and he's off in that Han Solo set pick as well. But this, I'm guessing, is Peter Mayhew in this Chewie outfit for sure. It doesn't say, it just says oh no, it's Jonas. It's the new Chewie actually in that picture. And it can't be him because it's a suit. There's something. It doesn't bother me. I should get that out of the way. It doesn't actually bother me, but when I first look at him, he doesn't look exactly like Chewie does. I mean, he looks exactly like...
You know, I think that one of the things, too, is that she just plays with wide open depth of field. And by the way, just for you photography nerds, this is not a totally natural shot. This would never be able to be taken by a camera, because if you look at the depth of field and the way that the background is... She took multiple exposures here. Now, I'm not saying she edited it, because she could have done this all in one shot. Cameras are pretty crazy these days, but this is multiple depths of field. But I mean, like, look at how much of the cockpit is in focus. This is a this lady is incredible at photography. This is crazy.
It is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and that could be just part of the problem too with the Chewie, right? This depth of field just could be off, right?
Could be playing with me, but this is like right at the end of Force Awakens, right here with them in this cockpit. Like, we're seeing something that either is not going to be in The Last Jedi or the very beginning of The Last Jedi, because she's wearing the clothes that I don't think she wears in this movie coming up.
Yeah, that's a good point. She also has the holdout blaster still on her hip, so it's potentially still right before she goes out to see Luke. Very, very cool. Not too much to talk about, in this shot. I mean, she's in the Falcon. The Falcon is hers now. We know that. That's cool with me. So
I love it.
Yeah, I'm into it. Even if she's not a solo, it's pretty cool.
The Falcon's a character, and it needs to be there, and it needs one of the main characters to guide it, and I don't think there's anyone better.
Oh, for sure. And now we're going to go down to this photograph, and this is where it gets a little emotional for us, because this, of course, has the late and great Carrie Fisher. On the left-hand side, on the right, we've got Poe, we've got Finn, and we've got Rose. Got a little BB-8 action at the bottom here. But what pops off to you on this photograph, my friend? Carrie
Fisher is owning this. Like, you can just, I don't know how her performance is going to be. We've talked about her Force Awakens performance a little bit. I don't know how she's going to be in this, but you could see in this picture, and we'll get into some later on, she is just like, you can just see that she's owning this role.
It's Leia.
Yeah. Yeah, like she's back into it more than ever, I think. And we talked about this on Rebel Scum episode 43 about her robe's very dark. She's wearing dark tones.
Yes.
And we're used to the heroes in these films wearing lighter colors. So that's interesting contrast for me looking at this.
Yep. I mean, there's multiple things that pop off to me. I mean, the darkness for sure. Everybody said she's going to be channeling a little more Vader in this film with her hair, with the capes, with everything. And I feel that. Like, I just feel that from her. This is, let's not forget, this is the daughter of Darth Vader. So, I mean, you know, perhaps people in the galaxy fear her, and that is okay. One thing I want to do, we're going to sidetrack here for a little bit. Side Akbar, baby. So,
Side Akbar.
Basically, there was this thing that really interested me. I literally just heard this as I was on my way to record. James and I just recorded a podcast about movies, which you should totally shout out, James. But on the way over, I was literally watching a video and somebody said that MakingStarWars.net described The Last Jedi as if Game of Thrones and the prequels had a baby, and like, yes, please, that is amazing. So I guess what I'm saying here is, you know how like Sansa really eventually in Game of Thrones personifies her father and her mother. She becomes more like Catelyn, and she utilizes the fear and the respect that people have for the Stark house as her thing. She kind of becomes that. I think that that's what Leia's going to do. Like, Leia might actually leverage the fact that she's Vader's daughter as opposed to being like hiding from it. And the reason I say that is because just like in Game of Thrones, if this is a power play, if Snoke is coming in and trying to turn people to his side, they have to go after people that they might not normally get along with and make some alliances that might only work because people might literally refer to her as Lady Vader. I mean, come on. If people called Leia Lady Vader, like, the nerd in me would explode.
Oh my god. I loved Huttslayer. I like Lady Vader even more.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and you know, Bloodline, that's very interesting that you brought that up, because she was hiding that fact from everybody. For years, she was hiding that. For at least like 15 years, I would say, maybe even 20 years, she's hiding that fact from everybody. And then in Bloodline, it's revealed that she's the daughter of Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker. And we don't know exactly what happens after that moment, really, because Bloodline kind of ends.
Yes. That was
reveal. Yeah. So maybe you're right. Maybe she's using that as leverage now. Oh. And she's like, no, I am Vader's daughter, and I can do some crazy shit.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm getting fucking tingles just thinking about it.
Is it December yet?
I know. Well, thank God for us it's not, because we have a lot of content to get out, actually.
That's true.
But, yeah.
Finn's still wearing his jacket.
Yeah, Finn's got the jacket, yep. And we've got a more of a Han Solo-esque jacket with Poe, which is probably pretty fitting. They both have blasters on their hips, which is cool. Rose just looking adorbs. You know.
Her character is such a mystery.
Yep.
And I think, you know, they're like, she's bubbly and blah, blah, blah. I really think there's something big to her that we're going to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
It could be way off, and maybe she's just, you know, like another Finn, you know, just somebody else in the story. But I don't know. I think there's something to her.
Yeah, there's something to her for sure. And it's good to see Finn out of that tank and, you know, actually walking around and everything. So very, very cool. This is a great image. BB-8, not much to talk about there. It's BB-8, you know. So we'll move on to the next couple photographs here. Scrolling on down.
You know, they showed BB-8, and BB-8 came on the stage of Celebration, but no R2, no C-3PO.
Yeah, which, you know, you guys talked about this before, but there was that shift where Ryan was like, come on, let R2 come to the planet, not BB-8.
Yeah.
Which is like, thank God.
I know.
So we're on this image right now, which is almost feels out of place, right? I mean, this is a weird photo. Like, let's be real, this is 100% odd. This is apparently the very bougie, very uppity aliens that all are on the casino planet, which the DJ character, which we'll get to in a moment here, has something to do with. But what pops off to you in this image, my friend?
The first time I saw this, I said to you, this reminds me of that uppity class scene in the New Republic in Bloodline.
Yep.
This looks very much, and I can't remember the name of the character, but he gets shot and killed. And this is exactly how I pictured the characters in that scene. Like, just the way they look, the way they dress, and they walk around. It has that prequel feel to it in a way, but also original trilogy because of the prosthetics.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, I don't know what this thing on the very right is, this white head thing. I want to know more about him or her.
Yeah,
and then
the little puppet the dude's holding.
Yeah, that I don't know is he like? He just must be a puppeteer.
Yeah, he's probably the puppeteer, and I'll just call it right now. That little guy is gonna be the most badass thing in this movie, and probably has a little lightsaber, and that'll be dope.
What?
Yep.
I need to hear about that. We need to talk about that one.
Confirmed. Look, I love this photograph. This is so Rian Johnson to me. This just feels right. And this casino planet that we've heard a lot about, it's very interesting. The different level of, because here's what's funny, man. This is so cool. But the aliens were never a part of the core group of the Empire. Yeah. The core worlds, because of the way that the Clone Wars played out, many of the Confederate planets were representative of alien interests, and the core worlds were representative of humanity. So there was that stark line drawn, and the racism toward the aliens was there, and a lot of these alien planets were disenfranchised. Now, what is interesting here is that we have a lot of bougie, wealthy people here, and aliens well represented. So the thing that's funny here is they're probably no friends of the Empire. They don't like the Empire because the Empire didn't like them. They have this new status here. But just like most rich people, you're on the outside until you're on the inside. And once you're on the inside, do you still care about the people you left behind? I think that this is kind of the situation we're going to be in with these people. Is like, by all rights, they should be helping Leia, is I guess what I'm saying. By all rights, they should be thwarting against Snoke unless Snoke can offer them something. But with the First Order really feeling a lot like the Empire, and they have Vader's grandson, and they're really trying to play on the nostalgia of the Empire, these people would not be fans of that. I mean, am I right?
Yeah, you're dead on with that one.
So, very interesting. There's, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. These are 1,000 words that all have a question mark after them. This is fascinating.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Palpatine hated aliens. And now, rich alien. This is his nightmare.
Yeah.
Also, it's a green screen. If you notice, there's a green screen behind them. Mm-hmm. So, not everything's practical. I wonder what's going on back there.
Yeah,
Coruscant-ish type of...
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Such a cool photo. Just like a little dip. It's almost like dipping our toe in the pool of the craziness that will be The Last Jedi, because this is going to be a crazy film. And
I think we're going to see worlds like we did in the prequels, because the original trilogy, we don't really see worlds so much. We see like Hoth and Endor and things like that, but we don't go into them that often. And then the prequels, we were right into them, and in Force Awakens, we're not really in there, and now it looks like we are in this galaxy.
Yep.
Do you want to live there? I don't know.
I want to live there. Dude, I definitely want to live there. I want to get to know that big alien that looks like the big bad wolf. That dude looks awesome as hell.
Yeah. I know. What is that?
I have no idea.
It looks like a giant, skinless, hairless Bothan.
It's fantastic is what it is, and I can't wait. Yeah, it's this is really, really cool. As Star Wars fans, we like this kind of stuff. So we'll scroll on down here. Look, another one. I didn't actually realize there was another one. So we'll talk briefly here because we kind of covered a lot, but interesting stuff. Let's see if we can pick out anything that we didn't see in the first one.
The one thing still, though, is there's still, and maybe because this is what you just said about the rich and all that, but the ritzy, but there's no aliens that we recognize. Like, no creatures we've seen before in Star Wars. These are all very new.
Right, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't
and I don't have a problem with new, because you always get something new added in. But I would like to see someone that we know. I would like to see a creature that we know at some point, somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe we will, maybe we will. We're just not seeing it
This
here.
doesn't have to be the place, because like what you were just talking about. So at some point, though, I'd like them to go back and show me someone we've heard of.
Yep, very cool stuff, though. We're excited. We'll scroll kind of past that one. Kind of touched a lot on that. Here's an interesting one. You might not recognize me because of my red arm.
You know what? I didn't. When I first looked at these pictures, I actually missed this one.
Yeah, so
There are my favorite droids.
yep, the droids, and it's we got the R2 right there. Very very cool. Like you said, good that he's going to be meeting up with Luke. It's going to be emotional as hell. Anthony Daniels, awesome, great ambassador for the brand. He's got his regular arm back.
He has that at the end of The Force Awakens.
Oh, he does. Okay, yeah.
When they all wave goodbye to Rey, he has his gold arm back.
Damn, very cool. Yep. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. Is there too much to talk about in this photograph?
No, it's nice to know that 3PO and R2 are back, and mostly R2 because he got so shafted in The Last Jedi. That I'm excited that he's actually going to have a part in this.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah, not much.
Not much. We'll scroll on past. Black and white. Here we go. Rian Johnson, Kathy Kennedy, Luke Skywalker with the glove, the late and great Carrie, and we've got Rian Johnson's dog. And a lot of people miss this. Carrie Fisher's dog's there as well.
Carrie Fisher right there.
Yep. So very.
Here's
cool.
a question for you.
Yes.
Is this picture catching them in a moment? Is this staged? Do Luke and Leia have a scene together in The Last Jedi?
See, I had heard that they don't.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that they don't. I'd love for that to be wrong. It's cool just seeing them together in general. You know what I mean? Like, it's just cool. Look, all these people work really, really hard. It's fantastic, and I think that we kind of have a kinship with them just after we went to Celebration. Like, don't you kind of feel that now? Like, it's more than just looking at pictures of Rian Johnson and Carrie and Mark. I feel like, those are my homies. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The ship itself in the background looks awesome too. We don't see too much of it. But looks fantastic. So. Yeah, just super cool photograph.
Does it look like the ship that flies away from Jakku, away from Rey?
A little bit, yeah, it kind of does, actually. Yeah, now that you mention it. Could get a little flashback, who knows? But you know what else, too? Carrie rocking that dark again, man, so...
Yeah?
Lady Vader.
So she's going to appear more like Vader. The hair is kind of Vader-esque helmet, too.
I know,
It's down. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if the first time we see her is a shadow and it's like Vader's shadow, and then she subtly, like kind of like Anakin in the Attack of the Clones, and she kind of walks in.
Yes, that'd be fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, it might be too fan of the fantastic.
Yeah, I know, right? And then here's one as I scroll down. Here's one that just really breaks my heart. Carrie and her daughter. When her daughter came out during the 40th and gave that tribute, man, that was emotional, man. That was just. Yeah, that was really sad. This breaks my heart to see. You can just, I think it really embodies the love, though, of both of them, right? I mean, like, Carrie just loves her daughter so much, and you can just see that here. It's awesome, and just a mother's love, man. Like, we all love our moms, and this is really really cool. So I'm gonna scroll right past this so I don't start crying. Let's keep going here. Oh no, more sadness! No.
But look, the cloak is right up on her.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's Lady Vader. Yeah. It's happening. The glove, and this does kind of imply that they're having I really hope they have a scene together. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, this might just be like, this is what people want to see. Let's put them together.
Yep.
But yeah, like, it's just, unless the black and white shot is a complete fabricated shot.
Right.
They work together in costume, in wardrobe. Yep. On set at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Well, I'm scrolling past here. Oh, what's this? A little Laura Dern action with the purple hair?
Yeah, you called it.
Yep. I shout out to my secret source that I can't actually shout out, but I knew about this purple hair in Celebration. I broke it in one of the videos I did about The Last Jedi. But wow, she looks great. Like, this is awesome, and you had some cool comments when we were going over this before recording about the ballroom.
Yeah, in Bloodline?
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks exactly like how I read that stuff, and she does look very prequel. She looks Hunger Games-ish here, like prequel-esque Hunger Games, and she's going to be a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. You totally get that from this.
And I feel like she's a double agent. I feel like she's working for the First Order. Just in my opinion. I mean, come on, why wasn't she on Hosnian Prime? What's going on?
Well, Why didn't we know what Hosnian Prime was when it got blown up?
Yeah, JJ. What?
I thought that was Coruscant. The first time I saw it, I'm like, did they just blow up Coruscant? That seems very ballsy.
Yeah, it is. It's very ballsy. But you know what else is ballsy? Not explaining shit about it. Yeah. So that's very ballsy too. Yeah, no, this looks cool. You know, we don't get too much here, but like you said, we can kind of read off of it. We think she's a bitch. We think she's... Yeah.
That bloodline, though, yeah, this looks exactly like what I read in Bloodline. Like, I just got this feeling from it. It's cool to see.
Yeah, looks very cool. So we'll scroll past. Not too much to
next one,
there. Though. Ooh, this is the John right here. This is what we say in Philly. This is looking dope. Our first look at the man himself, Benicio del Toro, his character DJ. What pops off to you? What do you think about this?
Have you read Anakin and Obi-Wan, the comic series?
I have not.
They go to a planet, and the design, I read it so long ago, I don't remember it 100%, but they go somewhere on a planet, and the design, the drawings look like wherever he is.
Okay.
I don't think they're connected. I think that's just happens to be it.
Yeah.
But they called him the Man in Black. He is definitely wearing black. He's definitely dirty, but he has a giant ring.
Yeah, he does.
Just noticed that. A giant ring, possibly Mandalorian.
Plus, look at that thing in the back. It says bank under his knee.
Oh, yeah.
So this was one of the rumors that we had heard, that he was involved with the casino planet, and perhaps he was involved in a way that he dealt with the money, that they were essentially coming to him to get money for funding this war that they're having, and that is his thing, that's his responsibility. So you know, interesting that there's the bank thing back there. Is he the accountant or perhaps a banker for the casino planet? What do you think about that, James?
You know what, I heard something like that he worked at the casino. That's an interesting thought, that he's a banker. Do you think... Yeah, like, if that's the case, I could see him just going after Han Solo. Like, Han Solo owes him something, and now this is the repercussions of that.
Well,
but
that's
is that
the thing.
Small?
Well, that's kind of the idea. A lot of people are saying that he's Duquesne, that he is the Duquesne character that was mentioned in Episode 7 that eventually stole the Falcon or whatever.
And that could be why he took the Falcon.
Correct, absolutely. And is this what we're looking at? Are we looking at Duquesne here? And how does he feel about one of his old, debts being wiped off? How does he feel about the death of Han Solo? I think the death of Han Solo is going to be a big freaking deal. It's going to be something a lot of people are talking about in the movie.
Yeah, I agree. There's a rumor that they're at a funeral for him.
Yep.
And yeah, you know what? Duquesne is starting to make the most sense to me.
Yep.
On this one, because he ties into the Force Awakens, so he's not a throwaway line. You have him chasing them, and then I think people were reading too much. He's going to be a Sith. He's going to be that. I think Benicio del Toro playing that type of character makes so much sense. He'll bring so much to that role. Like, I always go back to Sicario. That last scene with him and Emily Blunt in Sicario is one of my favorite scenes, and he just crushes that scene.
Yeah.
And I want that guy in Star Wars. You know, I want, like, because he's so subtle.
For sure.
He's not over the top. He's just very calm and he's cool. And a casino like boss owner or someone
sure.
That is perfect for that, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go through these last couple rather quickly here, but we'll go on to the Kylo Ren photograph. This is the one I was talking about. This is my new background.
Oh,
I think this is fantastic. By the way, the scar doesn't look to be moved that much at all, so everyone stop crying about it.
Is that an old scar, maybe?
No, this can't be. They would not do that. In fact, I'm zooming in on it right now. It kind of does look like the old scar. I think that the bottom half of the scar could look like that, and the tops could still be across the eye.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think it could still work that way. But, yeah, I mean, anything pop off to you here other than just utter badassery?
Cape. He's got the cape. We heard Lando gave him a cape. He's got a cape, very Vader-esque cape.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks... I can't wait.
Yep, he looks
And
badass.
no mask. No mask.
No mask. Alright, so let's go on down here. Here we have him again, no mask. And look, the scar is only slightly moved. That is the new scar, James. It's just...
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, like, people were freaking out. We barely saw it in that trailer. Everyone needs to calm the fuck down. Okay. But in this photograph, we get the spear from Captain Phasma, and
Yes.
no mask for her as well. What do you think about that?
I brought this up on episode 43 with Brock. I think that is just to show Gwendolyn Christie more than she won't be wearing it. Although, yeah, I don't think she's going to take it off. But that's what I personally think.
I'd love for her to take it off, but it needs to make sense. Like maybe it gets blasted or something.
Yeah, if there's a reason, I'm fine with it. But I think this is just more to show who's underneath the costume.
Yes.
Whereas Kylo Ren, I don't think he's going to be wearing that mask. I think that mask is done.
Yeah, I agree. And the cape again.
Yeah.
Once again, good look at the
Cape
cape.
is back. Yeah.
This is one of the covers, so we kind of already got to look at this. But the spear is dope. I mean, Gwendolyn looks awesome. So let's just keep on going here. That might be it, actually. Is that all? Yeah, that's all the photographs. So, guys, yeah, I mean, look. So we're gonna, like I said, watch this video, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to James's channel. You probably already are, but subscribe to our channels because tomorrow we're gonna do an in-depth breakdown of the Vanity Fair article itself. Apparently, they're revealing a bunch about the movie, so that's gonna be really cool. James, anything you want to say real quick before we sign off?
No, please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the Rebel Scum podcast on YouTube, and you can follow me at Petsafina everywhere you need me. And yeah, tomorrow, check it out. Den of Nerds, we'll be back. Josh and me talking Star Wars.
Hell yeah, we love doing this stuff. So, as I always say, guys, I hope you are having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!